Yeah.
How long should it take to do secondaries if you're already in the application process?
As soon as you get your secondary, please, please,
Tell them,
2, 3 days max.
we are begging you, don't wait 3 weeks to turn in your application. It's a rejection already before you even
As
turn
soon
this
as you
in.
wait 3 weeks, that's your acceptance. Now flip like this. 2, 3 days max.
Hi everyone, this is MÍtalks and welcome to the NSSR, where we're encouraging you to run your own race to medicine one day at a time. Today I have a special guest with me and she will be here to tell us her story and walk us through her journey. Without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Adaobi. I am here, a third year medical student. I don't know how I got here. But I'm glad to be here. Definitely. Thank you so much, Tommy, for inviting me to this.
For sure. Well, let's get started then. The first question I've been asking everybody is just give the viewers a kind of 10,000 foot view of how your story is a little bit different from that stereotypical pre-med that we know.
My story is different in the sense that it's very imperfect, right? 4 years of undergrad and I was like, this is it. And then it wasn't it. 2 years of grad school. And then I was like, this is it. And then it wasn't it. Until finally, a year after I graduated from grad school and I got in. So it's definitely non-traditional, a story of stubbornness and persistence.
Did you start out thinking you wanted to do medicine? And then if so, what were the ups and downs of that like?
Oh, that I went through. So I started out, the plan was medicine. And in my head, I had this conception of how the journey would be. It was a very much uninformed conception of the medical journey. I thought 4 years of college, cool. I go to take the MCAT, I've already done my science classes. That's all I need. Right? No. And so I went into my first 2 MCATs thinking, I've done chem, I've done bio, I've done my physics. What more is there? I didn't really have that structure or like mentorship or understanding that there's more to it than just doing the classes. You got to study, do questions. So I went in very blindly into this process, and it reflected. First 2 MCATs were below 50th percentile, and I'm just like, and this is on the old MCAT.
Okay.
So I think it's like 20, and then it went lower to 19. And I was like, okay. So it's one of those things that it took time to really digest and process.
Yeah.
And my senior year really hit as a reality that it's not happening because I'd applied to schools and denied by all of them. And I talked to one of my advisors and mentors at the time, and she's like, you should have applied to public health school like yesterday. And I was like, I don't want to do public health. I want to do medicine. I didn't know really what public health was. So I applied, got in that year, and I'm like, okay, well, we're going to public health school.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's one of the best educational decisions I've made. And you'll see this a lot. A lot of physicians are either going back to public health or making sure they get that public health underpinning for their education. It's so crucial with the changing landscape of medicine. It's crucial. So it's one of the best decisions I've made. Loved it. And I was like, okay, here we go. This time we're going to study. I studied, got me some review books and took that time out, took the MCAT. Wasn't bad. At this point, I had hit.
So quick question for you. Why haven't you subscribed yet? Why haven't you liked the video? Why haven't you shared this with a friend? These things help my channel to grow and also help the people that need it to be able to see this material. So definitely do these things and help me out. And also in the comment section, let me know what you would like to see. Let me know if you enjoyed this video and if you'd like to see more like it. Thanks, guys. Bye.
I think of 500.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, okay, now let's apply. I applied to schools that I thought in my head were like, okay, this is what the kind of name I want behind me, and not realizing that sometimes you got to look at your MCAT score and look at the school and their average MCAT. And so round 2 got denied by everybody. No wait list, no interview offer, just straight denial. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna graduate public health school and I'm gonna go home.
And that's hard.
That's hard. It's hard to digest that, like, you have this plan set and it's not gonna happen. Rejection is hard. So graduated public health school, looked for a job up and down, nothing. Okay, we're going home. Went home and started scribing. And it's one of those crazy things where you don't intend to be can sometimes be the best place, like the place you need to be, right?
Speak on that.
Right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start scribing. The amount of medical terminology I learned, I was in the emergency department. Midterms, I learned how to write a SOAP note, please.
Ooh.
How to write a SOAP note.
A legitimate one.
A legitimate one.
Not in a pistol like I used to write in my first year.
Yo, paragraphs. I came out, I was like, okay. I've learned what an HPI is. I've learned what a review of systems is, physical exam. I didn't know this all went into a doctor's note. And then like the decision-making process and the problems list. Amazing thing. So I applied again the year I was working as a scribe. And I was waiting and I had some mentorship, and she's like, once again, it's a common theme. Girl, you should have applied to Meharry yesterday.
Oh.
I was like, you know what? You're right. Read me, please. And so I applied, I included them in my applications, did secondaries with a better turnout, right? I was taking weeks to do secondaries before.
Ooh.
Now it's like 2-3 days.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How long should it take to do secondaries if you're already in the application process?
As soon as you get your secondary, please.
Tell them.
2-3 days max.
We are begging you. Don't wait 3 weeks to turn in your application. It's a rejection already before you even turn it in.
As soon as you wait 3 weeks, that's your acceptance. So now, flip like this. 2-3 days max. Get it back to them.
Thank you for the PSA. We needed that.
Because they're looking at these things as they come in, and you want to be like the first to get on their plate, right? So that was a change I made as well to my application. And I was like, okay, it started out rejections. I was like, all right, here we go again. And then January, I get an email for interview invitation. Ooh. And I have my computer is touchscreen. So when I tell you I zoomed into that email, I said, wait, me? You want to interview me? Okay. Hightailed myself to Nashville, and I was like, all right.
There you go.
You're going to arrive this early. You're going to arrive looking like this. I had 2 different outfits in case one didn't work out. Then my little interview thing. Came back home, I was on cloud 9. And then I was like, okay, waiting for the decision letter. And so I had palpitations for at least 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure it's not healthy. So then I get a wait list letter. I was like, okay, it's not a no.
Right.
It's a wait list. Let's keep going, keep working. And then it was getting at the beginning of June. I was like, wow, it's June. Like, I think this is when schools start. Oh, goodness. Like, palpitations came back. And I was like, okay, well, let's do something different. So I switched it up, did a structured MCAT study course.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, let's get some structure. I started applying for jobs because I was like, I can't be a scribe for more than a year. Started applying for jobs. I got a call back the day after I enrolled in an MCAT course. Got a call back for a job to set up an interview. I said, perfect. I'd love to. Set up the interview date. And then after working an overnight shift as a scribe, I come home, knock out on the bed, wake up, and I check my email just, see who's checking for me. And I see acceptance.
Hallelujah. Amen.
I was like, hey. Once again, I zoomed in.
Yes.
To make sure I saw the words I saw. Screenshot it. Sent it to my mom.
Yes.
At this point, we were still moving from our old place. I sent it to my mom, who was over there moving other stuff. And when I tell you, I can audibly hear her through the phone jumping. Like you can hear her feet on the ground. I was like, Mommy, I made it.
Oh no.
Don't tell your father. I was like, okay.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I'll hold it in.
Oh my God.
We have dinner and we're about to go to bed. And I said, Dad, I have something to show you, looking all sad and remorseful. And so I showed this man, in fact, I'm the one who had a heart attack. You'll see. I showed this man acceptance. He read it and I'm like, in my head as he's reading, I'm like, Daddy's the first line. You're still reading. That is the first line.
Nigerian parents will not kill us. Oh my God.
I'm like, okay, I hope he saw what I wanted him to see. And this guy gave me the tightest hug, like the tightest bear hug. And you feel like that moment is the big culmination, right? Mm-hmm. Of years of struggling, of rejection, of hard work. And, I paid that deposit expeditiously and made my way to Nashville. So, yeah, now that's how I became a Maharian. That's how I'm here.
That is an amazing, amazing story. And y'all know it's real when a Nigerian dad gets up and hugs you. I'll just tell you that right now. They don't hug you for nothing else. Even if you do good, they're like, hey, you are supposed to be doing that anyway, so you don't need anything.
That was the point. That was the point of your life.
Man, that is an amazing, amazing story, amazing testimony. I am so happy for you.
Thank you.
I mean, there's so much to unpack in this. I don't even know where to start.
Yes.
When you were first because one thing that's coming to my mind, right, is that many people may be at the beginning of the story where they're first getting that rejection, or they're finding kind of the come to Jesus moment where it's like, this may not work out the way I thought it would. Mm-hmm. How did you navigate that, and how would you advise somebody to navigate that season?